So raise your hand if you'd like to make a difference in young people's lives. Raise your hand again if you'd like to make a difference in young people's lives and you've considered mentoring. Raise your hand and say aye. So where are you now? So perhaps there's a young person in your life, a relative, a family member, or a friend that's suffering. They're suffering from some type of mental distress, diagnosed or undiagnosed, and you don't know how to support them. And you'd love to be able to help give them peace of mind. Or maybe you've suffered yourself from a mental health difficulty and you've considered giving back. You're not quite sure. Perhaps you've donated to organisations and you'd like to do something a little bit more hands-on. Or there's something missing and you don't know quite what it is. So if this is where you are now, where would you like to be? Can you imagine that as a mentor, you've been assigned a young person and you've really made such a difference in their lives. You've helped them overcome what they're dealing with and they've got more confidence and they're excelling in their work and their exams. And the impact on the family has been amazing. You've given, through your mentoring and making an impact with that young person, the whole family now have peace of mind. Can you imagine that you've forged such relationships with other mentors in the organisation? And also you've made such an impact and you've made such a positive impact in many young people's lives that you're mentoring, that you've contributed towards charity, getting charity of the ward status, to get more funding, to make even a bigger difference, to increase the scope and reach. So if that's where you'd like to be now, so how are we going to bridge that gap? How are we going to get from being frustrated and unsure and unconfident because you want to make a difference? You really so want to make a difference in a young person's life and you're not sure how. To being that confident with the training and everything that you can make a difference not only in that young person's life but also their family and their teachers and all of those around them. So would you agree to get from where you are now to where you need to be? There needs to be a vehicle. Would you agree? There needs to be some way of getting you from here to here. So that's why I'm here. I am here to speak with you about mentoring with the Julian Campbell Foundation. So why mentoring? So in this moment, mental health is at last getting the recognition that it deserves. So 25% of people, the population, are suffering from mental health difficulty, which means that in a room of 4 people, 1 person is suffering and you don't know. Young people being diagnosed with mental illness sooner and sooner, quicker and quicker. And it's not uncommon now for 3-year-olds to be assigned to be given Prozac to help them with what they're dealing with, which means that they'll be on tablets and medication for the rest of their lives. But you wouldn't know that that person that you're speaking with has been suffering for that long and in that way. 80% of mental illnesses are already evident by the time a young person has turned 18 years old, which means that there's a lot more that we can be doing in their childhood and in their youth to help them with what they're dealing with. And also, it's not uncommon for a young person to wait for 10 years or sometimes more from the time that they've started having the symptoms of their illness to the time that they're actually getting help. 10 years of anything manifesting and staying there and getting worse. 10 years of bulimia. Can you imagine? 10 years of self-harming. 10 years of depression, stress and anxiety. And you can do something about that by becoming a mentor. So why the Julian Campbell Foundation? The Julian Campbell Foundation has been founded in memory or honour of my brother Julian, who committed suicide due to his mental health difficulties. And we make a difference in young people's lives every day through mentoring. We also go into schools and we support them there. And we're really committed to making a difference. And we're really passionate, and we'd love for you to come on board and help us. And so, why now? Why not now? Because young people, they really need our help. In a class of 30 15-year-olds, 10 of those 15-year-olds already would have witnessed the breakup of their parents. And 8 of those young people would have already been bullied and suffer from the bullying. 7 of the 30 young people would probably be self-harming, and by self-harming I'm talking about anorexia, I'm speaking about bulimia, as well as conventional cutting and self-harming. 3 of those 30 probably have a diagnosable mental health difficulty, and 1 of that group has witnessed the death or suffered the death of a loved one. And probably statistics show that it's even more. And so this is what one class of 30 young people that are about to graduate or take their GCSEs are dealing with. And so I'm not even talking about mental health difficulties due to social media. We're not talking about mental health difficulties due to poor eating or poor exercise or exam stress or exam nerves or all of those things. So today, our young people need your help. So what I'm about to do now, I'm going to show you a brief introduction of our mentoring course. And then if you like it, please contact us through our website and declare an interest, and we'll contact you. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to start by introducing our course. So this will be part of the first 5 or 10 minutes of the course. And these resources will be available for you to download. The first thing I'd like you to look at is look at times in your life when somebody's helped you, or you've considered somebody to be a mentor in an unofficial capacity. So for me, for example, I used to be a school teacher and I loved my job. And when I started in each school, I would like to make a friendship with somebody that was more experienced than myself, somebody that had been at the school for quite a few years, so they could impart their skills and help me, because I was keen, I was eager, like a sponge, to learn how to be the best teacher and the best form of myself that I could. And so that's what I did. And so what I'd like you to do is to write down on the left-hand side who it is in your life that you consider a mentor. It could be your mother or your father, a cousin, a friend, a colleague. It could be anybody, and why. So as I was saying to you, the reason why I considered choosing somebody that was older and more experienced than myself when I was teaching, and then the reason why I would align myself with them and learn from them, is that I wanted to be the best version of myself, to be a really good teacher and learn how to improve my teaching and evaluate my skills. And that's what I did. So what I'd like you to do is to spend a few moments to write down, explain why. And so on our worksheet, there's a space for 4 or 5 people in your life that you can name on the left-hand side. And then on the right-hand side, an explanation as to why. So pause this video now and just complete that exercise. See you when you get back. So, welcome back. So by now you have written down 4 or 5 people in your life you've reflected back to when you were a kid, and you've not only written down who's made that difference, but also you've written down why, and you've explained why. And this exercise is really important, because without knowing what you're actually highlighting and bringing to the forefront is the kind of skills that you want to bring to the table, the kind of skills that you want to bring forward as becoming a mentor. So that is really, really exciting. So well done for that, and keep that worksheet, keep that sheet and read it, because those aspects of each person that's made the difference in your life that you really like, those are the ones that you're going to bring to the table and make you the fantastic mentor that you that you could possibly be, that you are, and you just don't know it yet. So with that exercise done, and then you can start feeling excited because you know which qualities you're going to bring to the table. We now need to look at what kind of skills a mentor has. So with the next sheet that I'm putting up, and again you'll be able to download them, is looking at what a mentor is. So what is a mentor? And here we find a list of 12 aspects. And so what I would like you to do is to go through each one of those and tick which ones you think that being a mentor would involve. So please, again, pause the video and give yourself a few moments just to reflect and to check off the ones that you think would be, or which qualities and which skill set would be necessary to become a mentor. And I'll see you when you get back. So, welcome back. So as you can see, there are many aspects there. And what do you think? Which ones do you think are more important? Or which ones did you tick all of them? Or did you tick none of them? It's quite exciting, isn't it? So what you can see here is that, being a mentor is all of them in varying capacities. You are a friendly ear. For example, and you do turn into being a friend, but of course, like, not so much a friend, but somebody that they can turn to, and somebody that they can speak with, somebody that they can confide in, and somebody that they can count on. So we'll be looking at more of these qualities and skills in more detail in the course. So if you've liked what you've seen, and you're really interested in finding out a little bit more, then please contact us through our website, which is juliancampbellfoundation.org. That is juliancampbellfoundation.org, and send us a note and we'll get back to you. So thank you for listening. See you soon. Bye-bye.